the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund. If you're able, just kind of one to look at, but do your research before you do anything. Talking about that huge weekend in Houston, looky there! Look at this kid jumping back on. Had to jump on the message right away after that big event. It is, I mean, nationwide wonder right here. Welcome back to the Revved Up Sports Show. It is our friend Riley Allen. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for taking the time to jump on here. So talk about that. First of all, you guys, you're out there. You're north of where I am. You're out there in Liberty Hill, and we've had that's one of those Williamson County areas there. Depending on how you look at Williamson County, you guys okay? How's everything been out there for you?
We got so much rain. It's been pretty rough out here. I mean, it's pretty dry now, but I personally know some people who have suffered tremendously from the rain, and I'm just praying for them. I feel so bad for the people that I know who they just have a lot of damage, and it's rough out here, but it's definitely a lot better now, but it was really bad.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about the good stuff so far before we get into Houston, because we know that's the highlight of your week, right? Let's talk about your experience when you went to Pensacola and Mobile, the great big tracks down there. Talk about your weekend and how that went over there.
So when we first got there, it was just a little intimidating for at least Five Flags because it was my first time there. Yeah. And we were a little late to practice. But the second I got on that track, I knew I was going to love it. And it felt so good. And being able to go to all these different tracks it's amazing. So Five Flags is great. The race was really intense, especially when I accidentally spun myself and I had to restart in the back. But being able to make it back up to a podium spot to finish was just amazing. The crowd was great. It was just, I wouldn't choose a different place for my very first podium.
No, absolutely. So with that there with Pensacola, because you've done Mobile and they are vastly different. I mean, a lot of people want to compare the two tracks, but they're the only thing they have in common is they're half miles. But with Pensacola, talk about the surface there. That's what you still have all your teeth. I mean that's a rough track surface out there.
Yeah. So a lot of people were telling me that it was a really rough track, and I was preparing myself for that, and it was pretty rough, but it definitely wasn't super bad. I actually barely noticed it, and that might be because, I run dirt on the side, so it's always rough. But I actually loved that track, and it felt like it was made for me.
Nice.
That sounds like a superstar to making right there.
No shit.
Trucks and all kind of stuff coming, because those guys, some of them guys don't like Pensacola because it's too fast. You're saying you're loving it, so that's a good thing. So let's head over to Mobile. Obviously, you ran a couple of times in Mobile. Rodney said they're different tracks, which they are. If you've never been, they're both huge half miles and super fast. I guess the advantage is in Mobile, you don't have the wall except for around the front stretch. But how much fun did you get to have on the doubleheader? Did you get a chance to relax at all, go to the beach or anything, or were you just set up for racing and that was it for that doubleheader weekend?
So after the doubleheader, we did drive back to Florida, and we spent 3 days on the beach. It did rain a lot, though, so we didn't spend a lot of time on the beach, but it was still fun to just relax. But Mobile, I love that place so much. I mean, Eddie Shoemaker and the entire staff there, they're amazing people. They make me feel so welcome. I don't even feel like an outsider at all, and everyone is there, it feels like, to help you. And to me, it just feels like another local track at this point. I love that track so much.
Oh man, it's a great place. It is an absolutely great place. So with the Friday, so I'm going to go back to Friday. So after that incident happened there, where whatever happened to you, the way that you drove back through the field. I mean, because there were some really really good cars there. And by the way, great job, Legacies, showing up and showing out over there. Kind of take us through that, because that's when I'm like, okay, this is going to be a big test here. How you're going to handle yourself, because I'm an old dude. And I probably would have spun out again, pissed off at myself or whatever. Kind of take us through how you drove through the field to get back up on the podium.
So after I spun out, I didn't know. I mean, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was kind of embarrassed, and I felt so I was just beating myself up. But then I told myself to just relax and it'll be fine. And then I just carefully weaved through traffic. I made clean passes. I tried to get around people as easily as I could. And next thing I knew, I was holding on to a good fourth or fifth. I don't really remember. But then some other things happened, and then I ended up finishing a strong third. And it was amazing. I still can't believe it, but I'm just so glad that I was able to get back up there and really show the crowd how I can drive.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of crowd, let's talk about H&P on this past Saturday night. Number one, huge crowd there. Let's talk about, before we get into the win, obviously that was cool. They got to do the meet and greet again, which they opened up the track, and that with that big of a crowd, the meet and greets are usually a lot of fun. How much interaction do you do with the fans? Number one, and number two, how do they react? Do you get a lot of fans from the little girls out there and some of the ladies in the crowd once they realize they got a lady racer to cheer for?
Yeah, the meet and greets are really awesome. I always have a good handful of people there to come by the car, and a lot of kids will come by, and I give out little hero cards and I sign them. And also, I've actually had people ask me to sign their foreheads. So that's kind of been a thing. Honestly, it's kind of funny. But even adults will come by and ask me questions, or they'll bring over their little kids and I'll offer to let them sit in my car. And it's just, the people there are amazing. The fans are great. And it just feels so good to like be able to interact with them.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. And so with that, I have to tell you about Florida. I know we're all over the map here, but so the whole thing with the Florida, have you gone back and listened to the I know you have, I talked to your mom, but those people, I mean, the way that they were like, this Riley Allen, I mean, this young Riley, I mean, on and on. And I am not joking, Riley. My phone is like blowing up on Friday night when you did the drive. And then on Saturday, not quite as bad as Friday, but they're like, who is this? Who is this kid? So how has that been after that? Because it was like you put a stamp down and people are like, holy shit.
It was awesome. People were texting me and they were like, did you see the race on like Racing America? And I was like, no, I haven't. So I went back and watched it, and you're right. They were saying my name over and over. It was amazing. It felt great. And thanks to that race, I actually got a hold of Cody Brusso, and we've been talking on the side a little bit. Some little opportunities have opened up for me. So I'm just so glad that I went to that race, because honestly, my life has changed a lot since then.
No doubt.
Well, Cody Brusso has an effect on a lot of people. Your life will change when you start hanging out with Cody Brusso, in a good way, of course. In a good way. She's a friend of the show, been on here
and
multiple
for the
times.
bad, and for the bad.
I'll let Rodney stay for the bad. I'm going to stay positive and stay for the good. But so on to Houston, the race itself. Obviously, the legacy class there in Houston is really competitive, and you've raced there a lot. And you've got a chance to get your feet wet and get it done. So talk about the race and then talk about the win, because we saw how excited you were when you got out. You were just beaming, had that smile a mile wide. Obviously, it was good to win. But talk about the overall race and talk about that feeling of winning.
So I started fifth, and I was pretty positive that we could get another podium, especially since we did really good at the other tracks. And so the race was going on, and it was a crazy race. To say the least, but once we got up to second, and then after a while, the car really came in, and then all of a sudden I knew we were in first, and then my car actually was having some like overheating issues, but we let it slide, and then I was so in my car, in my mind, I was excited, I was overwhelmed, I was like, I really hope this goes well, because we did have a red on like 3 laps to go. So it was going to be a green, white, checkered. And that is a feeling like no other, especially knowing that the car in P2 is very competitive. Mike Steinman, and he was really good to race against. But it was just really, really, it was amazing. And then after getting the checkered, I mean, podiuming is one thing, and then that's another feeling in itself, but winning is it's breathtaking. You feel like you're on top of the world. It feels like everyone's just looking at you, and it was amazing. It was so exhilarating, and I was so grateful for that.
Absolutely. So what has happened here for you guys? Because I know you were very competitive at the beginning of the year, but it's and I think it's maybe just little technical gremlins that had been kind of biting at your team there on that 25 car just a little bit. But whatever that problem was, that seems to be really solved, because it's just come on, and kind of speak to that part.
So Delilah May, she rebuilt my motor, so I want to give her a shout out. That has helped tremendously. And then when we went to Five Flags, I also got some help from the PV family, so I'd also really like to thank them. And there's just been so much help. So many things have added onto my car to really make it competitive. And this season has just been really great for me, and I can't wait to see how it goes even further into the year.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, trying to take a jug of water, but that's okay. He's playing extra producer tonight. He's got, I don't know if you can see the screens flipping and all of that. He's in a good mood tonight. He's flipping all the screens around.
Hey, we have a winner here. I mean, yeah,
you're trying to make it special. I understand.
That's right. That's right.
When it's just the two of us, he doesn't care. So what's next for you? Have you heard anything about? Last time you were here, you talked about maybe some stuff with trucks and some stuff with some late models, or maybe an outlaw. You didn't want to spill the beans. Any further information you can give us on the inside information on that?
So there are definitely some things in the works. I don't know what all I can say, so I'm going to keep it on the down low still, but stay tuned because it's going to be pretty soon. But there are definitely some bigger opportunities that I've been, given, and very grateful for. And I'm very excited to try out bigger cars or bigger trucks.
Fair enough.
So with this happening, I mean, is there still going to be a focus for you to do dirt stuff, or has that changed this year to where you're going to go solidly to pavement stuff with the Legacy, or will we still get to see you race on dirt?
I race dirt whenever I can. With the rain though, every weekend has rained out, and it's just really hard to race the micro. If we want to race it, our best bet actually might be to leave Texas, which that's a big step kind of. But we're going to just keep racing it because dirt helps with the aggression. It helps me be a better driver. We're not sure if we're going to choose one or the other, but so far we're just going to keep running both.
So talk about the trophy that you got. Did you get your big trophy that they normally give out in Houston? Did you put it behind you, or is it in front of you or at the shop? Where'd you put it?
So this one right here is from Five Flags, but Houston is right here.
There it is. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's pretty cool. I have to ask, so how cool was it? Because that guy that I call Hollywood that races against you out there in that green and yellow car, he's kind of been on a roll a little bit right there. He kind of swept the Gulf Coast, and I think you guys are a little competitive. How great to break his streak.
It felt pretty good. I will say that. It was really good, actually.
You did catch when he was on, when he said, well, that when that one spin out, I think Riley spun out. You caught that, right?
I did catch that, and I talked to him about that, actually.
Yeah. What a guy. Now, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
So Riley, who all is your mentors now when you're starting to move up in the world? Obviously, you've got the Ashcraft team and stuff like that helps you on the dirt side. Who's been the biggest mentor? I mean, Magic Mike has told us a little bit about you and helped with your progression some in the Legacy car. Anybody other than Mike kind of helping you and kind of getting you set up for those next couple of steps that you're clearly going to take here in the next couple of years?
I'd say my biggest mentor right now is Jake Wright, the Wright family. They're an amazing family, and they've helped me so much, and they give me so much inspiration for everything, and they're definitely going to be one of the people that help me make it bigger.
Getting too happy over here with all the buttons. Well, we do ask this. So when you hit that big time, remember us. Remember us, because you are a great speaker. So hey, I used to talk to these couple of dipsticks over there in Texas. Because it's been great to watch. Just a tremendous month that you've had right here, and looking forward to what all comes next. Again, talk about everybody that makes it happen for you. I know you guys are a family team, just like so many of us have always been. Talk about those blood, sweat, and tears that people put in for you.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to thank my family, my mom and dad. Like I said, the Wright family, the Peavies, the Quilties, the Caldwells, especially Nathan Caldwell. He was my spotter last race, and he was in my ear, just giving me a lot of motivation. And I can't thank him enough for that. Ashcraft Motorsports, Delilah May, Mike Knott. I like to also thank Brian Benedict for putting the regional series together, and he's helped at least half the legacy class be able to travel, and it's opened new doors. We've been told that Montgomery Motor Speedway wants us to come race there next year, so I'd like to thank him for that. The Autries and the Revved family in Mobile, also a lot of help, and Crystal Falls Realty.
Absolutely. A lot of folks to make it happen. That Montgomery would be really, really cool. I think you'd like that place. I think you would like that a lot. Riley, great job. We're so proud of what you're doing. Thank you. So Bobby, I even messaged her. I didn't know that they were going to be on vacation. I'm like, hey, can you come on? She's like, let me get home. Let me get home there, dude. Let me get home.
I know. I felt so bad because I love this show. I love talking to you guys, and I was so eager to come on. And then when you texted me after the race, I was like, well, dang, I'm going back to Florida.
No, yeah. It all worked out. It all worked out well.
The vacation is more important. You'll
That's right.
learn. I mean, I couldn't even get on in Vegas last week, so that was bad. I was supposed to co-host the show, and I didn't have enough internet at the hotel to even get on. So
yeah.
Enjoy the vacation while you can get them.
Yeah, it's all good.
They get more expensive when you get older and have to start paying for them yourself.
They do. Yes, they do. Best wishes. Obviously, let us know how we can help you. Looking forward to the next time that we get to see you on the racetrack. Congratulations. Tell the folks hi, and
thank you so much, guys.
Absolutely. Take care, Riley. There she goes. She's got that speaking part down too, right?
She's getting there. She got it pretty good. Yeah, the best part about it is, though, we have definitely showcased young racers throughout our time period on this show.
Yeah.
Because we're one of the originals that started a lot of it. A lot of copycats out there. But
we're like
we are
the Colonel
original.
Sanders.
That's
the
right.
Colonel Sanders of race programs right here.
And we have brought you, the fans of this great show, we have brought you future superstars. We can add